And on this moonlit night, I bring to you Ratchet and Clank, A Crack in Time.
Nice.
Well, it was originally gonna be ClockBlockers, but
Maybe it's attack in crime.
okay, so we're gonna do this on normal mode. And before anybody asks, oh, why don't you play on hard mode? Why do you play on hardcore? Here's the proof. I not only have it beaten on the hardest difficulty, I also beat it on New Game Plus, which is even harder.
Nice.
So suck my
Suck your long
I don't,
back.
yeah, suck my wrench. All right, we're just starting a new game. Hardcore. Yeah, I did it on hardcore. We're doing medium. Below is barely visible. This should be good. And we're going to create a new save right here.
Yeah.
Hopefully they play the intro, the little lore info. Always
The
always
logo.
love that. Yeah.
Have I ever told you about my son? Remarkable boy. Quite smart. He was born
Oh,
in
who's
a robot
this?
factory in
This
the
intro
solar
looks just
galaxy.
like the intro to Dark
To be
Souls.
precise, he
Potentially.
was created
But the
much
voice
farther
is one
away.
you know.
My son's name
Kenny?
is
No, it's not Tom Kenny.
XJ0461,
Who is it?
but the universe knows him as Clank.
I'll give you a hint. Woohoo!
Oh, Charles Martinet?
Yeah, Charles Martinet.
I should have said Chris Pratt just to fuck with you.
Yeah, I kind of expected you to do that.
Sir, the Zoni are inquiring about
I
our
like Charles
progress.
Martinet. You know what my favorite Charles Martinet role is other than Mario?
Shadows of Memory.
Exactly. Homunculus.
Stand by for sister board scan.
I like these designs. They have very distinct silhouettes, which is what you really want in character design.
Access denied. New
You know?
safeguard activated.
Ratchet and Clank has like insanely good design. Probably
These
better,
are
I'd say, than like a lot of. Naughty Dog burned a lot of bridges back in like 2001 when with Jack and Daxter. Ratchet and
yeah.
Clank is proof that you do not want to burn those bridges because the design
Yeah.
in these games is just peak.
The hypersonic
Yeah.
brainwave scratch.
That one, the butler looks like something straight out of Robots 2005.
He's one of my favorite characters.
I like
Lawrence is great.
Robots.
Robots is a very good movie. Okay, it's a very weird movie. Hit or
But
miss.
it's a good movie.
Apologies, sir. I should have mentioned.
It's got Mel Brooks in it.
Yes,
He
Backup
plays Big
generator
Weld.
activated.
and he likes girls with big keisters.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the second game in the soft reboot franchise known as the Future Saga,
Yeah.
and we're skipping ahead mostly because this is the best game in the entire franchise.
That's fair. Um, yeah, Robots was really good. It had like a fantastic cast. It had Mel Brooks and Robin Williams and Ewan McGregor.
I forgot Ewan McGregor was in this one. He was the
He was
robot.
the protagonist. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was the main character.
Yeah, but you kind of forget that because like it's one, it's animated, and two, it's like right before he really hits it off with the Star Wars movies.
But no, he was.
He,
It was.
he was in all the Star Wars movies. You know what I mean. But it's like before his like rise
It,
to fame post
no,
meme Star Wars.
no, it came out the same year as Revenge.
I know. What I'm saying is the memes of just how of Obi-Wan weren't out yet.
Oh, that's fair.
So this is just camera controls. They always got to do this.
I think before Ewan McGregor was mostly known for Moulin Rouge.
All right, so I've got bad news. I've
What, is it
checked.
inverted?
No, I've checked. Subtitles are only in the cutscenes.
Oh, that's lame.
Now, let me just make sure I got this right.
Oh, you know what?
Subtitles are off
Oh,
right now. Maybe we'll luck out. I checked ages ago and I don't recall for sure, but
Detected in Drogal sector.
yeah, if like
oh,
yeah, the
Type current
dialogue in level doesn't pop up as subtitles.
nah, that's lame. Oh well. What was that? So there was this one game that had a really fantastic intro, like for helping you get accustomed to controls. Um, and what it did was it was a first-person game, and what they did was at the start they had you in a chair and be like, okay, now look to the left, and like they told you to look to the left and they told you to look up, and they based on what orientation you turned, that determined how, like, whether or not had inverted controls or not.
Mm.
Because you know, and I think that was like a really fucking clever thing to do, so people could use the controls that they are comfortable with without having to go into a menu and figure out. Because it's very inconsistent as to what a game considers inverted.
Okay, so when the first Ratchet and Clank came out, there was that discussion apparently between designers, and both of the people in the argument had a different idea on which one was inverted, and neither was going to back down.
Yeah, exactly.
So eventually, I think they just sort of like picked one, and the other guy made a fume about it. But like, it did make its way all the way to management, if that makes sense.
No, I completely understand. For me, I so the reason why it's confusing is because some people consider the direction the camera's facing to be what's controlled, and others consider like the camera's position relative to the center to be controlled.
Fair enough.
Like in a third person, it's a lot easier to tell what's inverted in a first person. Uh,
I get you.
yeah, but personally, I think that pressing left on the controller should make the camera look to the left, and pushing up should make the camera look up. And doing it any other way would be inverted.
temporal catastrophe.
Okay, so I believe the little robot companion, whose dialogue you can't hear, but trust me, it's funny. Um, that is, I believe, Nolan North. You might want to check that for me, but I'm
I
pretty sure that's Nolan North.
don't know who that is.
Oh, you'll see him again in a short bit.
Let's see, what's Nolan North been in?
He's been in everything. He's got like 500 credits on his IMDb page.
Oh, he was Nathan Drake. 464 credits. Thank you very much.
He's also uncredited in quite a few things.
Anything I'd recognize?
Prince of Persia.
Oh,
He played the prince in the 2008 Prince of Persia game that we streamed a few years ago.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized sonic device.
let's see.
Clock integrity critical.
All right, cutscene time. This is important.
Go ahead. Jump! Dr. Nefarious, I should have known you were behind this. Where have you taken me? You don't recognize it? This is your home! The Great Clock! A marvel of science and sorcery, engineered by the brightest Sony in all of existence, and constructed in the exact center of the universe! Give or take 50 feet. I'm curious. What lie did you
I always
tell
love
us of your
semantics
quest
like
for
that.
vengeance?
Yeah.
Vengeance.
Good Omens had a fantastic one.
Vengeance? They say I'm egomaniacal. Let's just say it's all in the past. Lawrence!
Right here, sir.
Ready the orb of gratuitous immobilization.
Shall I prepare the mnemonic station again?
No, I have a better idea.
But, sir,
Patience, Lawrence. We have all the time in the universe.
Ooh, what could that mean?
Sorry, I looked up the Good Omens intro,
Ah, fair enough.
or opening monologue.
Ah.
Current theories of the universe state that if the world were created and didn't just start, as it were unofficially, it came into being 14 billion years ago. Uh, oh, I'll
Yeah, we got more
finish.
cutscene.
I thought the cutscene was done.
Oh, there's always more.
Luckily for Ratchet, Captain Copernicus
You may
and
think a
Quark
trip
was
to the
on the
local
case.
pharmacy
His
is
mission, rescue the
Huge.
Lombax's one and only friend.
That's
just
peanuts to space.
Without Clank,
Yeah.
Ratchet was alone
I love Douglas
in the
Adams.
universe. Alone.
You realize this ship has an ejector seat, right?
Sorry. I guess you could say I've been a little antsy in my pensy at the thought of getting back into the hero business. Yep. These wild stallions have been in the stable too long.
Oh, tragically, the voice actor for Captain Quark is retired.
Mercenaries.
Rest easy, my friend. My vigilance is both eternal and...
He looks like he should be voiced by Patrick Warburton.
Unidentified anomaly detected.
Hang on.
He's voiced by
Jim Ward.
Jim Ward, who is still alive. He's not dead, but he has retired officially from voice acting after he got COVID and destroyed his vocal cords.
Oh, that's a shame.
Well, he's like 80, so...
Okay.
Stabilizers offline. Thrusters offline. Landing flaps offline.
Alright, so we're gonna die.
Oh, he voiced Chechu Betcha in Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh, he does a lot. Jim Ward's one of those like classic VAs who's just been around forever and people forget about him.
Well, if you do your job right, people won't be certain if you did anything at all.
Fair enough.
Looking at what else he's been in, see if I recognize anything.
So much for clean underwear.
He was in the Ratchet and Clank movie.
I would assume so, as Captain Quark.
I mean,
But
yeah,
also,
but
I'm not
like a
the-
lot of times movies don't use the voice actors. They usually
yeah,
get celebrities, remember?
Eh. Yeah, I haven't seen the Ratchet and Clank movie.
It's a good film. So let's get started with Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet is a Lombax. They are a species of feline cat people with a knack for mechanical knowledge, and they are also gone. Ratchet is the last survivor of his species.
I see.
What ended up happening is, in the last game, Ratchet runs into Emperor Tachyon, a small, malevolent, bug-like monster who waged war on the Lombax species, and in order to escape him, the Lombaxes escaped their universe and were never seen again.
until the next or the most recent game.
She's actually from a different universe.
Okay. All right, I'm looking at Jim Ward's IMDb. The only thing I recognize is he voiced several of the aliens in Ben 10.
No surprise.
Let's see.
Ratchet! Nature is attacking! Hey, what are you shooting me for? Okay, slight problem. I'm not so good with swimming.
Just wait here. I'll find you another way across.
Oh, great. This rain is gonna be murder on my
Yeah,
skin.
I don't recognize.
That's fair. Huh. And Clank is the little small robot person you saw at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
And Clank is a defective robot who was designed as a war soldier to eradicate Ratchet's home planet of Veldon.
Oh, there are ships.
It is not the Lombax home planet. Ratchet has spent his entire childhood completely alone.
Look at this beautiful native craftsmanship.
Look at that craftsmanship, Quark says before just ripping it open.
Oh right, the good. Oh god damn it!
The Good Omens thing, yes, you really want to read that.
It's a really
It's like time's
good
all
quote.
not working.
I got distracted with looking at IMDb.
Alright,
Uh,
hit me with it before the next cutscene.
All right. Current theories on the creation of the universe state that if it were created and didn't just and
Stupid door.
if it were created at all and didn't just start as it were unofficially, it came about 14 billion years ago. Earth is generally supposed to be about 4.5 billion years old. These dates are incorrect. Some medieval scholars put the date of its creation at 3760 BC. Other creations put it as far back as 5508 BC. Also incorrect. Archbishop James Usher claims the heaven and the earth were created on Sunday, the 21st of October at 4004 BC at 9 a.m. This too was incorrect by almost a quarter of an hour. It was created at 9:13 in the morning, which is correct.
I'm gonna be honest, that is a long-winded quote, and I much prefer the one they use for Hitchhikers. In the
Well,
beginning, the universe was created. This has been considered a bad move.
well, the other thing is, Earth is a Libra.
Oh.
The parrots are here.
Yeah.
Oh.
There was more to the quote that ends with saying, secondly, Earth is a Libra.
Fair enough.
Good Omens is good, and I'm excited for the second season.
I'm out of ammo. Oh, I got ammo back. Thank goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, maybe there's a hotel around here.
God. I should watch Moulin Rouge tonight.
Well-being,
That's good. You know what you should really see, though?
It's got
Nimona.
Jean-Luc Mazamo.
6 deadly inches of crystal blue.
Does Nimona have Jean-Luc Mazamo?
No, but it is also really good. It's by the creator of Shira.
Captain Quark steals into the jungle.
Uh,
Blaster at the ready.
Princess of Power?
Yes.
Justice to those who cross
Neat.
his path.
The one with Catra being evil. And
Yeah, I
also,
know.
yeah, that one.
Well, I mean, Catra's evil in the original Shira. The more important thing is that Catra is a lesbian.
Fair enough.
Tired of having to purchase a different weapon for
Oh, I like that art style.
Then try Grummelnet's new Constructo line.
It's
and
cute.
take charge of your arsenal. Each weapon can be modified with any Constructo
That
approved
sounds like someone doing a poor attempt at a Gilbert Godfrey.
specialty triggers. If you can dream it, Constructo can deliver it. Now available in 3 flavors: the Constructo Bomb Glove, Constructo Pistol.
You should draw scraps in that art style.
Maybe someday.
It's cute.
Welcome to the Crummel
All right, so I got the Constructo bomb glove. So
Nice. What's that do?
let's pull that up. Inventory. Customize.
So does
Right now
he?
it does nothing. I don't have any other upgrades, but I can change the paint.
So oh, nice. Can you make it purple?
Yeah, sure. That's a purple. We're gonna. There we go.
Purple and pink is good.
Yep.
It's scraps colored.
The trim is gonna be red because I like reds.
Wow, so edgy.
And the effects are gonna be green. There we go.
Nice. Oh god, that stands out.
This door is ajar.
So does Ratchet have a robot arm or is it just the glove?
It's the glove.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like Star Fox where it's prosthetics.
They're in danger.
What seems to be the problem, citizen?
I like that
So-
koala looking thing.
Quark, stay here.
The fungoid?
You got it,
I
sidekick.
guess.
Smart thinking.
Her, the lady.
Yeah.
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 She's called a fungoid.
That's funny. Yeah, they look like koalas. Minus
a
the
bit.
chlamydia.
You'd be surprised, but these idiots nearly destroyed the entire universe.
I don't doubt it. Idiots tend to be the most destructive. And just look at Twitter.
Fair enough.
So, Twitter's a shit show right now. I mean, it's been a shit show, but it's even more of a shit show in particular.
That's fair. It's
Um,
because the elongated muskrat has been avoiding paying his bills.
So, what's happened is, uh, people who are not verified can only see 600 posts a day. That includes ads. And he claims it's to stop data mining. But that's actually not true. It turns out that he didn't he did not renew Twitter's contract with the Google Cloud servers.
All right, so I have two choices of blaster type: coil and blast.
Nice. I don't know what they do, so you choose.
Blast is slower but does more damage.
Yeah. Anywho, he fucked up and is refusing to admit that he fucked up, so he's doubling down as to the reason why things are falling apart at this particular moment. And to make matters worse, the way that the limited, like being only able to see 600 posts a day was implemented, it's causing, it's causing Twitter to effectively DDoS itself. Because there are thousands of people who have reached the limit within minutes because 600 posts is not a lot.
Shocking.
And yeah, 600 posts is not a lot. And so when you reach that limit, you get a message and it's like, oh, error, to retry. And it constantly keeps trying to like load new posts, but it can't, which means it's constantly sending requests to the Twitter servers for more posts, which then get denied, but it keeps doing it. And an increasing number of that happening every instance all day, it's basically DDoSing itself. Oh, hey, that's that thing you were talking about, the loot thing.
Yeah, I got a gold bolt.
Yeah, that's the example of the thing they were talking about, where it was originally just supposed to be you get it and that's that, but people didn't care because it didn't feel like a lot, so they had it shower you.
No, that's just bolts in general.
Yeah, but isn't Ratchet and Clank the one where they were talking about how?
Yes. So let me tell the story again. So
Yeah,
during development, they had multiple types of bolt, like larger, smaller, etc., shiny, whatever, and found quite quickly that people preferred a ton of the smaller, shittier bolts, as long as they were the same value as the bigger one, because there's more feedback for the smaller, shittier bolts.
yeah,
And the gold bolt has not changed. The gold bolt is actually more of a classic collectible that allows you to upgrade your weapons further. It is
okay.
different in nature from the other bolts.
Okay. I thought that was the bolt you were referring to. That.
No,
What?
unfortunately not.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's an actual phenomenon. If you look at every time I play a Zelda game, whenever there's a bunch of rupees, if there's like a cluster of 5 green ones and then a lone red one, I tend to get the green ones before the red
That's
because
fair. It's just how people work.
yeah,
Our
it's
brains don't
it's about
see
the instinct.
monetary value, it sees amount.
Yeah, it sees quantity, not quality.
You could say this is because, as original hunter gatherers, there was more benefit to having a lot of something than a
Good
smaller
something.
amount of one better thing.
Yeah. I really hate what the whole alpha male bullshit has taken from the hunter gatherer scenario. Because you know the reason why men hunted and women gathered in prehistoric times,
The
right?
expendable gender.
Exactly. It wasn't because men were better at it. It was because if a woman died, that is an entire generation of the tribe lost. If a man died, well, that's fine. They're expendable. They're the ones that it's okay for them to fucking die.
Check it out, I'm in
Like
a village.
hell yeah.
I'm smashing
Ooh, I
all their
like the.
stuff, breaking all their things.
They look like jester koalas.
A bit. They have like neat designs. They always have something on their head.
Yeah, I like them. They're neat.
So Fongoids appear in the movie mostly because like they're really
They're
good
iconic.
designs, but like universally they do not belong in the setting in which like they appear.
Uh, is the movie good?
It is enjoyable.
Okay, I respect that answer. I too have many movies that I watch that are enjoyable but not good.
It's fine. It's like a good 6 out of 10 film.
Okay.
The problem is mostly in that it came out around the exact same time as Utopia.
Uh, so it suffered the same kind of fate that like Atlantis and Treasure Planet did, where it just came out at the wrong time.
Yeah, it came out around the same time as Sing and
In memory of Jean Gribnak,
and
father,
Zootopia.
friend, and chief of the Fungoids.
Yeah.
Looks like this guy was some sort of
God,
hero.
I like Treasure Planet.
So Captain Quark, let me tell you about him since he's around a lot right now.
Yeah.
So Captain Quark,
Is he an actual captain? Like
yes,
he holds the military rank of captain.
he is a space captain. Yes, he was also president at one point.
Ah,
Yeah. So Captain Quark is the secondary antagonist of the first game,
How
and
so?
the primary antagonist of the second game.
How?
So in the
Is,
very
is he just an asshole?
he's gone through a redemption arc. So in the first game, he was Captain James T. Quark. James T. Quark.
James T. Quark.
Yep. And he's basically a celebrity. He's a celebrity superhero. He's saved a bunch of lives. He's held military rank, etc., etc. And what ends up happening is the bad guy hires him on basically for publicity,
I see.
because the bad guy is a capitalist who destroys worlds so that he can make new ones from their pieces.
So like Frieza. He's a real estate.
Pretty much, yeah. Just like that, yeah. And Quark is pretty much the secondary antagonist of that.
He's the spokesperson, the PR.
Pretty much, yeah. He's
Okay.
there to basically A, not get involved, and B, to make it look like the bad guys is on the up and ups.
So he's there for greenwashing.
Pretty much. In the sequel, he's the primary antagonist. The reason
How's
for this
that
is
work?
because he kidnaps Ratchet and Clank because he's very unhappy about them for ruining his hero credibility.
Oh, so he's like Prince Charming in Shrek 3.
Yes, pretty much. In Ratchet and Clank 3, he's a hero. He's still a jerk, but what happens is an even worse villain shows up, Dr. Nefarious, who you saw at the beginning.
So it's a thing. It's villain decay, where the person doesn't actually become better. It's just worse villains come and make
No,
them look.
he gets better.
Oh, okay.
So the primary thing is that Dr. Nefarious shows up, and Captain Quark famously defeated him years and years ago, back when he was a legit hero. And they need Captain Quark to do this because he's the only person who actually knows what the heck you got to do to defeat Nefarious.
Was it just like a fluke?
It was a fluke.
Of course, it was a fluke.
There are two Zoni in here.
Basically, he's always been like a bit of a
Zonai.
spoiled-
What
The
is this?
Zoni. It's the
Legend
Zoni.
of Zelda.
The Zoni are time imps. Ooh.
Got it.
Nice work, Ratchet. Operation Red Shirt is a success.
Did you hear the name of the operation?
No, I didn't.
Operation Red Shirt was a success.
Oh boy. So, you know who my favorite example of villain decay is?
Piccolo?
Actually, that is a really good example.
Is it Jack Spicer?
It is Jack Spicer.
It was either Piccolo or Jack Spicer. I knew it had to be one of the two.
Yeah. Piccolo did get a legitimate redemption arc, though, and Jack Spicer was given the option for a redemption arc, but rejected it, which is...
Multiple times.
Yeah, multiple times. He has had so many chances, and the cool thing is that he does genuinely consider it, but can't commit to it.
That's fair.
He's a really good villain. He's a really complex character.
And he wins sometimes.
He won in the finale, in the bad future.
Yep, fair enough.
He killed Raymundo. You remember that?
Oh yeah, that's okay. I love the kill them all bad future storylines.
I
Always
do
fun.
too. It is. Because having a bad alternate future lets you do the things that you could never get away with in the main timeline.
Villain. In fact, I'm not even entirely convinced he's a real doctor. So return my sidekick's pal before I bring the thunder.
I love that. I love that Ratchet face palmed at being called a sidekick.
So this is a case of mistaken identity.
So they think that Captain Quark is the one that did the things that Ratchet
No,
did.
no, 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 no. So what's going on is that guy with the green skin and the squid for a face.
Yeah.
He believes that Ratchet is the Exile, some mysterious other entity.
I'm guessing Clank is the exile.
Who knows?
I mean, you said that Clank was a defective robot.
Yes. So Clank is a defective warbot from Ratchet's home galaxy of Solana.
Yeah,
And
Liliana, that's where Princess Elise lives.
fair enough.
She kissed
And-
the hedgehog. I wouldn't doubt it if she kissed the Lombax.
So, long story short, in the previous game, Tools of Destruction, Clank starts running into a species called the Zoni, who control time.
Yeah.
And that's who I basically just put in a jar earlier, in case you're curious. So-
I put two and two together.
Okay. Yeah, so the Zoni have kidnapped Clank because he is their chosen one.
So he's the exile.
Anyway, so
I take your silence speaks volumes.
I don't want to say anything because I like a good dramatic story, you know?
I know. I'm gonna continue thinking that Clank is the exile.
Good. Anyway,
Hopefully, it won't end like my predictions of Psychonauts 2.
hopefully it won't kill your enjoyment of the series, yeah. There's
I'm aware,
nothing there's nothing
I was
sadder
never-
than
I was never a big fan. No, that's not the right thing to say. I was never invested in the Psychonauts series because I didn't have it growing up, and the only time I played it was when it was on sale on Steam. But that was not a good port.
No, the Steam port is actually pretty good.
Oh, then the controls were just like that. Then,
Yeah, the game controls just like that.
oof. Yeah,
It's the result of a game that basically was in the oven for 5 years, trying to catch up with all the modern changes of the PS2 era.
that's fair. Sometimes that can work, sometimes it doesn't. Like, Banjo-Kazooie was like that, because, Project Dream was originally supposed to be on the SNES, and it was an isometric platformer.
Oh, so little tidbit on the fungoids. They adhere technology.
This is the last shred of technology in the entire village. I was
Nice.
always meaning to dismantle
So what basically their self-imposed technology dropouts.
Wizard. Oh.
They avoid technology, and this teleporter is the only technology in their entire village that's more sophisticated than like water and pulleys and whatnot. So take from that as you will.
I just saw a funny screenshot. It's,
So- my
Well,
ship got
I-
fixed.
I want to read this.
All right, read it out loud.
I think it's really unfair to blame the Twitter developers for the state of things. They were all fired months ago. This is all Elon's fault.
I mean, it's not. It's accurate.
Yeah, it's very true.
All right.
Like it's not like Tumblr staff,
That's fair. So what ends up happening in Tools of Destruction is that Clank is kidnapped by the Zoni, and Ratchet has been looking for them. There's
And
a
that's why he's
side game.
capturing them in a jar.
Well, he's capturing them in the jar because he needs them to help repair his ship.
Ah.
They're actually a very helpful species. The problem is they're also duty bound to the clock, so you don't see them in the wild anywhere.
Ah.
The problem is that Nefarious has basically taken over the clock and driven them
Means
all
they're duty
away.
bound to him.
Would you just
Oh.
listen to me?
No,
I need you to
he
hack
basically
the
kicked them
camera
out of the
before we
clock.
go. Can you do that?
Ah.
Good. Now hang tight. I'm on my way.
So now what Ratchet is doing is he has to save Captain Quark because Captain Quark has been captured by a mysterious entity.
Yeah, totally doesn't look like it has some affiliation with Captain Nefarious.
Dr. Nefarious. He might not actually be a doctor, by the way.
Warning.
Apparently he
Detected. Point of origin appears to be the same
he didn't get far in life. By the way, in case you're curious, Quark did make him.
To be a villain?
Yes, Captain Quark
But-
bullied him in high school.
Ah. So like a Mega Mind situation, except it's actually evil.
Yeah, pretty much.
I love Mega Mind.
Megamind is very good.
Mega Mind is very good. And also has one of the most terrifying villains out of any DreamWorks film.
Oh, definitely.
Because he's real. Like, people like that exist. And like, we've met people like that.
People like that exist, yeah, and they do actual harm.
Yep.
Yay! I got a skill point. I'm an ace pilot.
I think the most terrifying kind of villains are the ones that are people you could actually meet in the real world.
True. Alright, so this is Vorsalon. Vorsalon has kidnapped Captain Quark and several members of the Fungoids.
Yeah.
Woo wee woo. Woo woo woo. I don't know why the Doctor Who theme popped into my head right there.
Oh, I thought that was the
Maybe it was something else.
Quark, I'm at the ship. Where are they holding you?
Oh no, it's
It's a big cell with some sort of containment field.
it's the one that's like Oreo, Oreo.
Maintain radio silence. I'll contact you.
They
when
make
I'm
that
inside.
joke in hit movie Wreck-It Ralph. Before the franchise was killed forever by Ralph Breaks the Internet.
my internet, bro.
Oh
My
yeah.
internet had cut out.
Oh, just now?
Yeah, I need to troubleshoot because
Okay. I will pause right
no,
here.
you don't need a
Okay.
pause. It's one of my. I have two wireless
Okay.
receivers, and one of them is just not receiving anything.
Check out this security system.
Oh, nice.
The Rebel Azimuth. Yeah, so apparently Ratchet's being mistaken for somebody known as the Rebel Azimuth. Not an exile by the name of Clank. How exciting. Between me and you, I really do love the Ratchet and Clank series.
It is a good series.
It's beautiful. Well, I wouldn't say it's well written. It has had its ups and downs, but it's interestingly written.
Yeah. My only experience with Ratchet and Clank was playing one at a friend's house, and it was like a multiplayer, like a multiplayer uh, team deathmatch kind of game
Oh, you played
on an
Deadlock.
ice level.
You played Deadlock.
It was an ice level, and there was one room where the magnet boots worked, where you could just fight on the ceiling.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Deadlocked.
Probably.
Deadlocked is great. It's its PS3 port sucks ass though.
Oof, sucks.
Can't be helped. Is just the nature of the beast.
That's fair.
So the gun I'm using right now is the Sonic Eruptor. It's basically a shotgun that belches at people.
Nice. You have the sheep gun.
Not yet.
Okay.
Oh, Mr. Zircon.
Mr. Zircon is the perfect companion for spontaneous treks through hostile alien environments. Uh-oh, looks like these guys are hungry for Lombax soup. Well, not to worry. Just deploy your Mr. Zircon, and he'll target any hostile entity.
Mr. Zircon is looking to kill you.
A deal agreed. Mr. Zircon, available only at Grummelnet.
So Zircon has actually been a blowout hit. Actually, he's very popular
Like in universe or in the fandom?
in the fandom and in the games. Like in this game, in his first appearance, he was basically a gadget you could bring out once in a while. And then in this game, he's like his own thing you can like use anywhere. And in the latter games, he owns his own bar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good for him.
And he even has a family.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep. All voiced by Invader Zim.
Yes. Richard Horvitz.
Richard Steven Horvitz, full name, please. The man deserves at least that. He's not getting compensated well.
I mean, he's getting a decent paycheck from Hell of a Boss.
Fair.
Yeah. But like,
it
it's
was
like
more a
the whole-
jab at how like voice actors are underpaid in general.
Oh, that's fair. It really does seem like the only companies that seem to actually pay a fair wage to voice actors are like small independent stuff, you know?
That's fair.
But I also think a big part of it is that with small independent stuff, it's more often than not a passion project that they really want to get made rather than just something to make money, you know?
That's fair. Like hit movie Nimona, which was originally being made by Disney, but then Disney decided they didn't want to do it because it was too gay.
Yep, and now they have to double and triple down on being gay. That way, their lawsuit with DeSantis is still viable.
I mean, he is
The-
blatantly doing it for that reason.
Oh
but, like,
yeah, no, I'm not complaining. I love the fact that it has forced them to actually do the thing they've been pretending to do. You know,
go above the bare minimum.
I mean, they're still pretty bare minimum, but Yeah, they God. One of my favorite articles was like,
Well, think about
um,
it this way: they're doing it outside of June, which is the important part.
yes. One of my favorite articles was like, top 10 Disney's first openly gay characters.
Oh goodness.
Like, the thing is, th- I mean, it's all pinkwashing, obviously. Uh, you know, but at this point, I am 90% sure all of their first openly gay characters are just to cause controversy in order to gain free publicity. Because, you know, every queer person that I know, myself and yourself included, agree that like a half second a half second of two girls holding hands doesn't really, qualify
I don't know,
like
man.
in the
I,
background.
I don't know, girl. I'm thinking about it, and those moments of LaFouille in a live action Beauty and the Beast
Lifo,
glancing, yeah, LeFou,
Lifo.
just sort of lusting after Gaston and
To be fair, who
salaciously.
doesn't lust after Gaston? His song is literally about how everyone lusts after him.
No one lusts like Gaston.
God.
Turns heads like Gaston. Nobody's making boys gay like Gaston.
No, you lost
Yeah,
it.
I lost it. I was losing it and I was trying to save it and I lost it.
All right, well, find out what you can. If he's an enemy of Nefarious,
This is one of those things where I'd have to write it down to really get like a good groove going.
Yeah, no, it's really hard to improv the Gaston song.
That's fair. It's very well written. All the songs in Beauty and the Beast are insanely well written.
Yeah. I do like the original Beauty and the Beast.
You know what song wasn't in a movie that I wish it was, because it's such a good song, but
Yzma's.
no, unfortunately it's not Yzma. That is number 2 though. The number
I
1
love
song I would
Ratchet.
love in a movie that we will never get because of massive rewrites is Proud of Your Boy.
Oh, is that the Treasure Planet one?
No, it's from Aladdin.
Oh.
So in the original script for Aladdin, he had a mother who played an active role in the story. And this was a passion song written by the same guy who did the music for Beauty and the Beast. Um, he died midway through development on the movie
Oh.
for Aladdin, and the movie is in his memory to some degree.
Yeah.
But the song was not used because they ended up changing the story too much, and the
And like
character.
every other Disney, like every other Disney movie, he ended up having a dead mother.
Yeah, kinda. It's so the song is. It's sort of like that song they play when like everything seems kind of bleak.
Oh, like the 11th hour.
A bit before that. It's about Aladdin wanting to make his mother proud, and how he feels that he's let her down too much to ever make it up to her. And then he gets roped into the whole genie in the lamp thing, and that's sort of his motivation for that.
I see.
It's an insanely good song, and it actually can be found on YouTube for anybody who is interested.
Yeah. You know what? Well, one of my favorite
Oh,
Disney
enemies on the
movies is.
ceiling. Or rather,
Well, no,
I'm on
they're
the
on the
ceiling.
floor.
Yeah, I'm on the ceiling. True.
I need to watch Holes again.
Hose is such a good movie.
It is.
Side note, I love sections like this. These are so cool.
Oh yeah, it reminds me of like, you remember those old Flash games where you would have to, um, like you'd be dropping down a cylinder, you have to see how far you can drop before you hit anything.
Yep, I get you.
It reminds me of those. I miss Flash.
I don't.
Not the movie.
Fair enough.
God, I can't believe his PR team said that the movie was going to be so good you'd forget about his crimes, and then the movie ended up being absolute dog shit.
It's probably the biggest bomb of the year, yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't Asimov. It was just a young Lombax.
Yeah, so the fungoids are ratting me out. They're
Oh,
pretty
how
much
rude.
they're pretty much telling him, "Oh, he's not Azimuth. He's just a Lombax."
It wasn't me, it was Ignacio, I swear.
Knew you'd come for us.
It's good to see you, Ratchet. Now we need to find a way out.
Plot twist, Captain Quirk was the first to rat on you.
Oh, absolutely.
What about the Versafuse? If you pull it out, it might lower
So,
the field.
I watched a,
I love how Quark's first suggestion how to get out is for the young child to smash his head against the energy field, and they let him keep his gun.
Stay quiet. Don't
Yeah.
set off
So I watched a video on why the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy's action scenes were so good, and one of the main conclusions were that, like, it was a retrospective on the on the first three movies, and one of the main points that it made was that all of the action scenes further the plot in some way, either by establishing a character, showing the character's motivations, or progressing their character arc, or, progressing the story. Like, they all served a purpose and weren't just mindless sword fights for the sake of spectacle. I mean, they were spectacles, but they also they
Oh
served a
yeah,
purpose first and were spectacles second.
the scene in which
The water wheel.
the water wheel is very good, but the scene in which Jack steals the ship is insanely clever.
Oh yeah. Also, the one of the most important scenes in the Black Pearl is when he first meets Will and they have the sword fight.
Oh yeah,
Because it's like it's like it's a short fight scene as far as fight scenes go, but it establishes so much. It shows the kind of person Will is, as well as his relationship with
Elizabeth.
yeah, Elizabeth, and like it shows that he is very skilled at both blacksmithing and sword fighting, but also that he doesn't get credit for his work, which irks him. It shows that he has honor, but also hates pirates. And as for
Naturally.
Jack, it shows that Jack is a very, is very, like, good at lateral thinking. He's very good at improvising because during the fight, Jack's goal isn't to kill Will.
Yeah,
His
it's to
goal
get
is
out.
to escape, and he takes every chance he gets, as well as, you know, cheating,
Yeah.
throwing sand in the face.
I love
Uh,
the bit where he does the how's your footwork, and literally the entire footwork thing is just to get Will to turn around so that he's closer to the door.
Absolutely, like, Jack Sparrow may be silly, but he is very clever, and that is why, like, he's very risky but also calculated, and that's why his plans usually work.
True.
Yeah. That's that's why one of the best lines was, Do you think he plans it all out, or does he make it up as he goes?
I think there's a bit of both.
Absolutely. Like my guess is that he has like a general plan of like he has a general idea of how things go, but leaves enough room for improvisation for if things go wrong, which they have a high chance of doing. So basically, each plan has like multiple contingencies that he can think of. Now, Pirates 5, not a good movie, but it does have a really good intro.
It's where Jack is.
He is chained to a chair in the king's in the palace of the King of Britain, or wherever, King of England, and because Barbossa became a privateer and
You're
turned
thinking
him
about the
in.
fourth movie.
No, the fourth movie is the bank.
No, that's the fifth movie's The Bank.
No, the fifth movie
the
is
fourth movie is Stranger Tides, and the Stranger Tides features Captain Jack Sparrow and Barbossa is working for the king.
no. The fifth one is the one where he's working for the king, because it's the one where it has his daughter. The fourth one is the one with Blackbeard.
He works for
Uh,
the king in the last two movies, the fourth and the fifth, but primarily in the fourth one he's working directly for the king.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the bank robber, the one where he wakes up drunk in the vault at the beginning of the movie, is the fourth one.
That is the fifth.
I'm gonna look it up.
Stranger Tides is fourth, and Dead Men Tell No Tales is five.
Shit, you're right.
Ugh.
Damn it. Okay, the fourth movie. Okay, in all fairness, both movies are shit, and I've only seen both of them once.
That's fair.
But anywho, that when he's in the king's house, castle, mansion, whatever place the king lives, you can, if you actually rewatch the scene, you are able to see him like setting up the pieces using misdirection. Like the sweet roll is a way to distract them as he works his way to the window, for example, and does the thing with the chandelier.
I love this guy's animations. Do you see him doing little tippy tappies when he thinks he's invisible?
Oh yeah.
Vorsalon is probably the hardest boss fight in the entire game.
And he's the first boss?
You fight him multiple times, actually. He's the secret final boss that you can do for 100% completion.
I do like 100% completion bonuses.
To be fair, he's so difficult because he has a lot of overlapping attacks, and what makes them difficult is the fact that he has way too much HP.
Oh, so he's like a bullet hell and a damage sponge?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I recently learned something very funny about Undertale.
Oh, do tell.
So there's an unused cutscene for if you make it to the hallway of judgment within a certain time frame. It was unused because Toby couldn't figure out how to actually get it to work. But what it was supposed to be was Sans saying, "Oh, you made it here faster than I expected. I didn't even finish my ice cream yet," and then spends an entire like 2 minutes just licking ice cream, and there's nothing you can do. He did that specifically to fuck with speedrunners. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to implement it though.
Yeah, he couldn't figure out a way to like make it work consistently.
Yeah. So if I ever made a game, I would absolutely do the same kind of thing.
Okay,
Where-
so Quark just gave me a tip on where to find this mysterious Alistair Azimuth figure.
Yeah.
Yep, so that's the planet right up ahead.
Oh, nice.
Asteroid field detected.
So I'm heading there right now. How long are we in? We're an hour, 5 minutes? Yeah, we'll do that and then we'll call it.
Electromagnetic radiation ahead.
Yeah.
Our shield
I will show you this though.
optimal.
This
What?
is the challenge moons. This game has fewer planets than like most of the general Ratchet and Clank levels do. Games do. So they make it a bit longer by adding in challenge moons, which are basically Super
Well,
Mario Galaxy levels.
I'm guessing that's quicksand.
Yeah. So the challenge moons basically put you in a room like Mario Galaxy style. But fun fact, Ratchet and Clank did it first. Fuck off,
Speaking
Mario.
of speaking of Mario Galaxy, uh, guess what's gonna be the new Posse series?
Oh, you're playing Mario Galaxy?
Yep. I'm gonna be playing Mario Galaxy.
1 or 2?
1. It's gonna be on the it's the collection, the 3D All Stars.
That's fair. Makes sense.
Yeah. Because I don't feel like setting up my Wii U to pull out Galaxy 2.
That's fair. Fun fact, Ratchet and Clank did spherical worlds before Mario did. In fact, they did it on the PS2 hardware. Mm. No, but seriously, Ratchet and Clank is a very impressive series. Insomniac really know what they're doing.
Yeah, they must have stayed up all night trying to get it to work.
No, I'm serious. That's actually it.
I know, that's the joke I was making. That's why they're called Insomniac.
To be fair, it nearly destroyed the company more than a few times.
That's fair.
The yeah.
Turns out having devs be undersleep and overworked kind of ruins morale.
They've gotten a lot better about it, according to multiple sources. Insomniac has finally managed to find a system to, beat out their long-term issue.
Yeah, the eternal crunch.
Yeah, part of it was splitting off from Sony.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Yeah, long story.
Sony is not known for being work friendly.
Where am I going?
The planet behind you.
Yes. I just need to find my entry point.
It's got a grid all around it.
Alright, what am I looking at map-wise? Oh, it's Zolar. Oh, I'm gonna go to the Vila sector. That's where I want to go.
Oh.
Okay, I forgot I had to go to the Vila sector. I'm like, huh? I thought I was heading there right now. Okay,
That's
yeah,
fair.
we get a Clank segment.
Hell yeah! That's a great way to break up the monotony. Add some flavor into it.
Oh no, it's an evil robot. He's doing something to me.
I can't believe he's giving Clank top surgery.
Make me use force! You are the robot who assisted me in my escape from Nefarious. What is your name? My name?
That is, I believe, Nolan North.
Yes, of course. Sigma 0426A. But you can call me Sigmund. I'm junior caretaker here at the Great Clock. Forgive me.
He has range.
What is the Great Clock? Out here! We're late! Come!
I love neurotic robots.
Very fun. I love his design. It's very, very fun.
Yeah, robots with a couple screws loose.
Look at the design of this place, by the way.
Yeah.
Look at
You know
this.
who one of my favorite robots was?
Do tell.
Malfunctioning Al. Wait, was it Malfunctioning Eddie or Malfunctioning Al?
I think it's Eddie.
And yeah, I think so too. Malfunctioning Eddie from Futurama.
Futurama has some of the best robots.
Absolutely. One of my favorite scenes was the episode where where Fry went to like a robot rehab, and his roommate was malfunctioning Eddie, and was like, "Hi, I'm malfunctioning Eddie. Oh, we've met before." Just fucking explodes.
You cut out a bit there. You peaked, but I get what you
Yeah,
mean.
that's fair.
That is such a good show in general. And
Absolutely.
oh, apparently the trailer for the new season dropped recently.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it. I've been
It looks
meaning to.
okay.
But yeah.
It's got the
They,
cast back. Apparently, what happens is Farnsworth fucked up with the time stream continuum, so he basically reset them to their most marketable points in time.
Access
Ah,
senior
nice.
personnel only.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
Senior personnel.
Uh,
I'm with
J-
XJ0461.
they finally conceded to John DiMaggio's demands, right?
I believe so. Oh,
Okay, good.
so what's going on here is that apparently everybody here knows Clank.
How else would we get anything done around here? Just
'Cause he's the
go
chosen
around
one.
using the time pads and
Yep.
initiate them while the
He's
president
the chosen one.
do other things. Time pads can be a little tricky.
Maybe the chosen one is.
Okay, I'm skipping this.
the-
I'm going to show you exactly what this is.
Temporal
It's a color puzzle.
initiated.
Now, activate the other time pad and
Oh, just. Oh, time clones. Okay.
It's every single fucking Flash game.
Yeah,
Which, to be fair, you did say you love Flash games.
I do. And I do like these puzzles. Um,
time pads will also let you record
So
There's a-
I'm skipping him a bit because he goes over stuff that I can just show you.
Initiated.
are you familiar with the game Move or Die?
Temporal
Name
recording
doesn't ring a bell.
Okay. Well, the developer had a game that he never actually ended up completing, but it was the same concept as Move or Die, except single player, and had puzzles. And one of the rooms was that whenever you
fail.
whenever you fail, it has a copy of your character that does the same movements, but also has collision with you. You have collision with it.
Welcome to mnemonic station.
Oh, that is kind of clever.
Yeah, so like you'd have to like jump off your corpse.
Where is Orvis? He's in your head, of course.
Okay, that's kind of neat.
On a secret partition
Yeah.
with memory banks.
It was pretty good. The developer has the developer does have a YouTube channel where he discusses game development.
Oh, so
Um,
the developer behind the Lego series, Lego Star Wars and whatnot, has his own YouTube series where he also goes over game development,
Nice.
including several failed Crash Bandicoot games and how he ended up making Haven, Call of the King.
Mental Checkpoint. That's the YouTube channel. That's the guy that made Move or Die. Move or Die is a really fun party game that we should definitely get.
So, have you ever heard of Haven, Call of the King?
Nope.
So the premise is it's not a very complicated game. It's very much I can't tell you the story. It's sort of a non-existent but also all-encompassing story.
Oh
And we're
my
in a
god,
cutscene.
I'm looking up screenshots.
I do not understand. Have I been here before?
It looks very PS2.
It is very PS2.
It is extremely PS2.
Oh, but we're getting a cutscene that's very important. Please watch.
I am. I got 2 monitors.
Okay. He's gifted me power.
Oh,
Master has.
time staff.
I was about to make a quote and then I realized, no, wait a minute.
Yeah, no. I
Yeah.
know the quote you're gonna make.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh no, wait a minute, no. Bad reflex, bad.
What? I'm guessing those are screenshots of previous games or cutscenes of previous games.
Yes, actually. This is specifically this seems to be
Abstergo Industries, obviously.
no, this one specifically I think is from Tools of Destruction.
Yeah, I was making a joke because the aesthetic reminds me of the bonus areas from Assassin's Creed.
Fair enough. Yeah, most of these seem to be from Tools of Destruction, which is mostly a result of being high def.
That's fair. It'd be funny if they had like a small CRT TV that played like the first.
So I have time bombs, which
Slows things down.
yes, but I can only have one at a time.
Oh, that's a nice limitation.
Yeah. And whenever I hit something, I repair it.
Ah, by reversing its time flow.
Yep.
I'm always a fan of that.
Which is nice because like most of the game is just smashing stuff with Ratchet.
Yeah. So it's nice to fix things with Clank.
Yeah. Very satisfying.
God. On the topic of being able to rewind things, I love the recall in Tears of the Kingdom.
Very useful.
It is.
Yes, but what does the equipment do?
All in good time, my son. Now, think of someone you wouldn't mind bonking on the head. Perhaps a buffoon who has made life difficult for you in the past. Wonderful.
Oh, look who it is.
Better than that. Good form.
Why does he look small?
Because you have to be able to hit him. And Captain Quark's usual model is too big.
Hmm.
You're ready for a bit more.
Yeah, Captain Quark stands like 5 times Clank's height.
Keep going. Just a few left.
Yeah, so everything slows down.
Well done. You certainly cleaned their clocks.
Even bolts. I'll show you again if like if I run into a situation where like there's a bunch of bolts to show. Because I love visual like that, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Nice attention to detail.
Yep.
You've done wonderfully, my son. I know you're going to take good care of this place.
But where will you be? This is your facility.
No, my dear boy, it's your facility. The great clock and everything in it. I now leave to you.
I like clock.
Watch over it and protect it. Fulfill your destiny, X-J0.
You're hilarious.
Program terminated.
You did just say I like clock, but say it in a way that sounds like you're saying cock, just to fuck with me, right?
No, I said clocks, plural.
And a junior caretaker knows how to keep secrets. Yes, sir.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm a big fan of clockwork aesthetics.
Fair-
Cogs, gears,
Fair enough.
springs,
I thought you were making a dick
grooves.
joke. I feel so awkward now.
Nah. Not everything is a dick joke.
Watch out, sir.
I don't know. They're kind of addicting.
Little creatures. They feed on quantum energy, so they can see your past selves. Lousy hypersonic brainwaves.
They're so funny.
And
Nicely done, sir.
You can see all the
Not exactly what you
all the gears moving in like slow mo. How cool
I
is that?
see. Yeah. You know what? So, Twitch has been destroying itself as well. They are now implementing a change that makes it so that lurkers do not count as views. Only people who are following or subscribed to your Twitch would count as a view.
If you're in chat right now and you got nothing to say something. Doesn't have to be anything complicated. It could just be like the date, the time, or like your favorite kind of pasta.
Does your time clone have their own time bombs?
Yes.
Okay, so you can multiply your time bombs by having
No.
time clone.
They can use it, but it's still only one.
Okay.
He can also fight for me as needed.
Nice.
Yeah, he's very nifty that way, you know?
Yeah. You know who one of my favorite villains from the Batman is? The 2000s animated Batman.
I know exactly what you're referring to. Is it Clayface?
Yeah. No.
Maybe it's not
the
Clayface.
it's the guy that ends up learning how to travel through time.
Yeah, the clock king.
Yeah, and he in the end, like, he beats Batman, but in doing so his daughter dies, and that like caused him so much grief that he like rewinds time to the day that everything went to shit, like 10 years prior.
Yes,
And
because
decide
he could only do like 5 minutes up to that point.
well, it started out as only being able to go back like 5 seconds, which was still a significant thing because it allowed him to redo anything as soon as shit hit the fan.
Yeah, but during his fight with Batman, it was like 5 minutes.
Yes. Throughout the episode, he got better and better.
No, he was already at like his peak during the fights with Batman. He was explaining in his backstory. At first, it was only 5 seconds, and then as my rage grew, I could turn back the clock further and further.
Yeah, you're right.
And it was a son, not a daughter.
Oh. Well, it's been a while since I've seen it, but it's still a really fantastic episode.
All right, I'm gonna have to. Okay, I'm gonna stand on this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then I run across.
The 2000s animated Batman is not bad. Like, it's not as good as Batman the Animated Series, but it's still not bad.
It has its moments.
Yeah, it's also got Tom Kenny.
I also like that it messes around with the Batman and Superman relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Because in the Batman, it's Superman who's I can do it solo. You know, for like the episode in which they need him to do that.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Temporal recording initiated.
There we go. Aren't these puzzles so clever? You can actually skip them if you want, but you don't get a reward.
I like them.
Oh, they're very fun.
creative.
Some of them get like really tricky in the late game, but like
Oh, I don't doubt it. It really seems like one of those kinds of puzzles where like each time you get to a new one, it builds upon itself, but in a way that feels natural. You know what I mean?
okay, by the end of the game, there's challenge ones, and those are absurdly difficult because
Like precision timing kind of thing.
very precise. So you have a minute, and you have a minute total before like the timeline resets. and you have to essentially
Your time has come, hypersonic
just
brain
get like
transmitter.
super tight timing
I see.
in order to get everything going.
He's using a sonic burst emitter.
Yeah, so he's shooting energy beams, and I can knock them back at him by time warping.
Let's do the time warp again.
That's a good song.
It is. I like Rocky Horror. If Rocky Horror was released today, I think Twitter would implode on itself.
I know this fight usually doesn't take this long. I have to get up close. There we go.
His butt, sir. Try jumping, sir. Watch out, sir. Terratropes.
I do like enemies that have like attacks that are like shockwave attacks that you gotta jump over. That's my favorite kind of attack.
Always a classic, not gonna lie.
It is always a classic. That's why it's in like every platformer game. There's an enemy that does it.
Try jumping, sir. You'll get more momentum with the chronoceptor.
The voice kind of reminds me of like Vector from Chaotix. You know what I mean?
In what regard?
The voice sounds like it. The one that was talking like, you know, kick his butt.
I suppose. I don't see it personally, but like at the same time, I'm like,
You're not a big Sonic fan?
I love me some Sonic. I just don't watch a lot of the extended media.
Scramble.
Yeah, you're not a big
Oh.
Chaotix fan.
I mean, I never played Knuckles Chaotix.
Espia the Chameleon is a character from the Sonic the Hedgehog series. I listened to Sonic Destruction again.
Ah, fair enough.
Again! Night of the Living Squishies, Act 3, Scene 4. Ready on set?
I should never have quit dental school.
And
Aw.
action! You'll never take me alive, Quack. Time is under my control.
Practicing his villain monologue.
Pretty much.
Parents,
I love that.
rehearsing my epic romantic action comedy space opera.
Silly me, sir.
Oh, that's even
I just
better.
thought it prudent to tell you Clank is en route to the Orvis chamber. Sir.
I love sassy butlers. They're like the modern day court jesters.
Now, if there's nothing else to discuss,
You know?
There is one small matter.
Oh,
Oh no.
I don't have the capacity for love, Janice. I was cursed by a tribe of gypsy ninjas when I was a kid.
Ooh.
ooh, that is not aged well.
That is,
Product of its time.
yeah, product of its time.
Also, to be fair, it's literally a parody of those kinds of sitcoms. So,
That is, yeah, I can understand that.
In the meantime, might I suggest engaging with safety so as not to kill any more troops?
it's not even loaded, you moron. Look!
Yes, it is. God, he has terrible trigger discipline.
he is insanely terrible trigger discipline.
I love that they just lined up for the auditions. Yeah, no, the first thing you learn in gun safety is that every gun is loaded, even if it's not.
So you will love Doctor Nefarious' evil plan.
I don't even know what it is. It to like trap the entire universe as a captive audience for a space opera?
No, though that is a good one. I'll tell you his evil plan from the first game, or rather
Yeah?
the third game, because that's his first appearance. It's not the evil plan for this one, which is a shame. But in his first appearance, his evil plan is to turn everybody into robots.
Ah, nice.
You know, the Eggman plan.
Yeah, robotization.
I am the Eggman. That's my master plan. I am the
Yeah.
Eggman. That's what I am.
Sonic, he's a real cool
I am
dude.
the
Sonic,
Eggman.
he's got an attitude. Sonic, he's
He's
the
the fastest
fastest
thing
thing alive.
alive. Mm, Molinoth Fields. Oh. Yeah, so we're gonna do this level and then we're gonna call it quits for the night.
All right.
Quark, come in. I just landed on Torn 4. Do the Fongoids know where I can find Asma?
This uh, this area looks a lot like. You remember in Clone Wars, there was the episode where they got trapped on a planet that had like
Alright. Maybe
a
someone will tell me
satellite
what to do
laser
next time. See what else you can
targeting
find.
system.
I'll be in
I
touch.
believe so, yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds memorable.
this area looks exactly like the area they got trapped on.
So this planet was the first look anybody had at this game.
Oh, nice. Were there any criticisms about how sepia it is?
No, it was mostly for the reveal trailer.
Uh,
But the series was always known for its like lively visuals. So,
okay.
oh, look at this guy. He's a Vollard.
Well, I don't know what that is.
This is your first time meeting them. Mine too, in game.
Nice.
All right, I'm looking for Volgrum Pass.
Surely a peaceful adventurer such as yourself has no business in such a
I do like speaker mouths.
if you insist.
They are a junk species.
Nice. So they're just scrungled together by scrap parts.
Pretty much. What is this place?
God, he sounds like talking to through a drive-through.
Eons ago, those wasteful Fongoids abandoned their city and took to the soil, leaving all technology behind.
Oh, this was a fungoid planet.
I see.
Yep. Apparently, the Fongoids built this planet and then abandoned it
They
to become
built
nature
the
people.
planet.
This is their planet. You see that city in the background? That was their city.
They built the planet.
Yeah.
The planet did not exist in any capacity before them.
They don't go into depth on it, but they say this was their planet. Yeah.
He was the Terraclon's greatest assassin before a defeat on Zorek robbed him of his body.
I do like assassins.
All right, so that's it's Vorsalon, and shoot.
Outsider, is there anything else I can do for you?
You can't speed through dialogue. What do you know about Dr. Nefarious?
Or-
I have heard such a name before. It is said he arrived on a ball of fire, a comet perhaps, and claimed the Bernelia sector for his own.
Oh. So, at the end of the third game, Dr. Nefarious is left abandoned on an asteroid, never to be
so
seen again.
until he lands on this planet, and
Yes.
and scraps together a spaceship to go to the center of the universe.
To some degree.
Nice. I really like the word scrungled for like. I don't remember where I first heard it from, but
I get
it's
you.
very easy to like. If you heard the word without context, you could probably easily tell what it means. You know, putting this together something in a really inoptimal way.
Sort of slapdash.
Yeah, slapdash.
They fill a same role, but I think Scrungle has its own implications. Slapdash implies speed. Scrungled together implies meticulousness.
I think Scrungled is about the materials, in my opinion.
Yep.
Like it, it's on the same par as like MacGyvered, but with less haste. You know, I like that design. By the way, of the giant talking head.
Yep.
Must find it for themselves.
Oh, have you ever seen? Oh man, I am so excited for the Wicked movie.
It's finally getting a movie?
Yeah, uh it was the movie was it's gonna be a two-part movie. Part one being Act One and part two being Act Two. Which I think is probably the best way to do it. That way they don't have to cut anything.
I swear that this is the first time I'm hearing that it's getting like a recent movie because I remember there was talk with Disney and they were like, well, we would, but Disney's not interested in a movie that
Well, it's coming out next year.
Okay, so next year. So this is some
Yeah.
better than Disney. Gotcha.
Let's see. Yeah.
Did you ever
It's,
see the animation tests for the animation test for Wicked? Because there was a discussion at one point of making it animated.
I would love an animated one.
But we like to keep our operation away from the prying eyes of galactic authorities. Come, you have proven yourself worthy.
So this man, speaking of Oz, was pulling an Oz on me.
Yeah, that's what made me think about it because I was gonna be like, hey, did you ever see the Wizard of Oz? Did you ever see the Wizard animatronic from Wicked? Because it was a really good animatronic.
I kind of figured you were picking up on it, but at the same time, I didn't want to like spoil it because, but yeah, he was pulling a classic Wizard of Oz on me just now.
Yeah. Pay no attention to the person behind the curtain.
So what's going on right now is that their battery bots are rebelling.
Yeah.
I love that face.
You want to know who's playing Glinda in Wicked?
Oh, tell.
Ariana Grande.
I will say that I wish it was still the original actress.
I also wish it was the original actress. Cause I wish you want to know who was the person that played the Wicked Witch in the original play?
Yes, I know.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She plays Elsa.
Exactly. She has an amazing singing voice.
Yep.
As anyone who's seen Frozen knows.
Let it go, let it go.
Yeah, Idina Menzel was the original. Yeah, you want to know where I learned that that Wicked was there was going to be a new Wicked movie? Yeah, I was looking at IMDb for a certain actress, and I saw that she was going to be on one of her upcoming roles.
Oh fuck!
One of her upcoming roles was Madame Morrible in Wicked.
I just squashed myself.
Do you want to know who the actress that I was looking up the IMDb for was?
All right, tell me.
Michelle Yeoh.
You know what? Fair enough.
You know, from Everything Everywhere All at Once.
And from American Chinese.
I remember her from Everything Everywhere All at Once.
That's fair. That is probably her most famous role. So technically, I died. I got squashed.
I never watched Crazy Rich Asians.
I've heard that's good. I need to make
Oh,
time
she
to
was
see
the
it.
soothsayer in Kung Fu Panda 2.
Yes, she's been in a lot.
Oh yeah, she has. But
She was in what, Chinese Born American? She
was
plays the goddess in that, I believe.
she was in Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
Everybody was.
That's fair.
Every single Asian actor was in Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
That's fair. That was not a good movie. It destroyed Brendan Fraser's back.
Yeah. Oh, so here is my new upgrade. Charge. Boom.
Nice.
I
But
can
yeah,
charge up a stronger attack.
Everything Everywhere All at Once was definitely the one that like made me remember her name, but mostly because the only other thing that I recognize her from is Kung Fu Panda 2, and that was as a voice. Like
That's fair.
It's a lot easier for people to remember like
Faces
live
than voices.
action, yeah, faces and voices. Except for Tom Kenny.
I mean, to be
Everyone
fair, it
knows
is very
who Tom Kenny
difficult
is.
to recognize Tom Kenny sometimes.
Okay,
Like, if
fair.
you didn't tell me that he was in Pinocchio, I wouldn't have known it.
Oh yeah, which one? Because he was in 3 of the Pinocchio movies. He was in 3 of the 4 Pinocchio movies that came out.
All of them. To be fair, he was
Mussolini.
he was Mussolini, so that's the one that like I remember the most.
That's fair, but also Mussolini doesn't have a whole lot of lines, so
That's fair. Check it out.
God, I fucking love Kung Fu Panda 2.
That
I'll watch
is
that
still a
tonight.
good movie.
It absolutely is. It's the best Kung Fu
What are you
Panda
gonna watch
movie.
tonight, Silver? You already said you're gonna watch like 3 separate things tonight.
2. I said I was gonna watch Moulin Rouge and Kung Fu Panda 2.
Fair enough.
Okay, I'll watch one tonight and one tomorrow morning before we record Dark Souls, which you can check posted on Monday.
That's fair.
I'm gonna be talking about Elden Ring.
Oh yeah, you recently got that.
Yeah, because it was on sale and you bought it for me while I was at work.
Yeah, that's my plan.
Even though I was going to buy it myself.
I already told you I was gonna buy it for you, so.
Fair.
I was just waiting for a sale. Was the excuse I gave.
Yeah. But yeah, the main issue I've been having with Elden Ring is the controls. Because I was literally playing Dark Souls as it was installing, and the context action button is different between the 2 games.
Oh yeah, totally. Oh, cutscene. This is an important one.
Oh boy. It's the wizard. Lombax!
Hi, do you know where I can find Alistair Azimuth?
That's a thermal detonator. It's a Pokeball.
Yep.
You use self-destruct. Oh hell yeah, a rail section?
Yep. This game has some of the best.
Fuck yeah, I love rail sections, except in Crash 4.
That's fair. Crash 4 has
Well, it's not that they're hard, it's that getting all the boxes is hard.
That's fair. That's just the nature of the beast when it comes to Crash.
Yeah. I wasn't a big fan of Crash 4 in general. I think Crash 3 is still my fave.
So Ratchet's trying to convince Alistair that he's a Lombax, and Alistair says, "Don't think I don't know a hollow guys when I see one."
Oh, what?
Hollow guys. He's saying that he's disguised to a
Oh.
Yeah, he's saying, "I know I'm the only Lombax left. You're clearly a fake who's trying to mess with my mind to get in and get to me."
That's fair.
I mean, it's very logical, so.
Yeah, it's fair. It's a reasonable thing to
To assume
assume.
when you are the most wanted man.
Yeah, and also supposed to be the last of your species.
Yep. I love this cutscene.
Now I've got you. It can't be. You're Caden's son. Forgive me. General Alistair Azimuth, Forbolt Magistrate of the Lombax
He looks
Praetorian Guard,
evil.
Elder Councilman for the Center for Advanced Lombax Research, and you,
I'm going to guess
my
he
dear
killed
boy,
Ratchet's father.
No.
He's not evil?
So many questions.
Yeah, he's not evil.
How did you know him?
Caden and
He's
I were
got
good
those
friends. He was a great
dark rings
Lombax,
around his eyes
as
and the
smart as
evil
they could
goatee.
Yeah, that's
He
just
was
the
the
nature
first
of the
outsider to
Lombax
theorize
species.
that
They
the
all
Great
have
Clock
that.
even existed.
And this
They look like
clock. You think Clank's here?
Jack 2.
Is a rather crude translation
Yeah,
of the
kinda.
runes on Quantos. Specifically, they say Keeper of Time. But yes, I suspect he is.
Oh, fun fact. Did you see the clock in the Ratchet had in his hands?
Guardians of Time.
With the
No, I
picture
didn't.
of Alistair and his dad?
Yeah?
Well, I have a physical copy of
Wait,
the
I thought my
game
father was the only one to
box,
stay behind when the
and when you
Lombax
open
escaped.
that,
Why didn't you go with them?
that's underneath the game disc, and the game disc looks like the cover of the watch, and when you remove it, there's the photo beneath it.
Nice.
It's very clever.
I miss when when game cases had like designs and pretty manuals.
In art direction.
Yeah. And maybe even a poster.
Alright, we're gonna show off my new favorite thing of all time.
Oh
Rocket
hell yeah.
boots!
You're fucking Iron Man.
Take him for a spin. If you want to turn, just shift your weight. The boosters will take care of the rest.
I wish I had hover boots.
I see you found the accelerator. I've set up a small practice course for you over here. Come on back when you're ready to give it a shot.
So, you're not hearing a lot of the dialogue, but a lot of it is like, oh, it's nice that you remind me of your father.
Well,
Ah.
looks like you've got the basics down. Now let's try something a bit more challenging.
He
Like
really
this
does look evil.
It's just his design in general. He's got those big, stocky shoulders. Ratchet is much smaller in comparison. So, Ratchet's father was actually killed by Emperor Tachyon, the antagonist of the previous game. So that's why
Interesting.
when you said, oh, did he kill Ratchet's father? I'm like, no, he didn't. Emperor Tachyon did. How's that for clever? Look at that. The button you press to activate those launch pads is the X button.
Hell yeah.
It's actually got the X button built into its design. That's kind of clever.
That is.
And I got a hover now. Yay.
Hell yeah.
Normally, Clank fulfills the hover option, but since he's not here anymore, I need boots.
Test set up over there. Are you ready? All right. Follow me.
Alright, Alistair Azimuth, show
And now
me.
for your final exam. We'll test your speed as well as your skill. You must complete the course and grab every flare along the way in under a minute. If you succeed, I may just let you keep those hover boots.
These hover boots, in case you're curious, belong to Ratchet's father.
I know. He said that earlier.
Okay. Wasn't sure if you heard that bit of dialogue.
I did. It had subtitles.
Oh, fair enough.
It was a cutscene.
Ah, true. Fair point.
Oh man. This looks like it's going to lead to some really fun like race levels.
So they originally did plan to have race levels, but they had to get cut. Had to get cut.
Oh, that's a shame. I love
Yeah.
races in games.
So
One of my
so they had a
uh,
few. You can actually play a few of their test stages in the late game because they give you like a little free map to play around in with some of the cut content. But yeah,
yeah.
they basically ran into we don't have the time and or budget to get this out in time, so we had to cut stuff. This game probably has the most cut content out of any of the Ratchet games.
General, my ship's this way.
That's fair.
He even has his own cool ship, just like you.
Meet me in Axiom City, planet Terracnos.
What are we looking for in Axiom?
You know what? One of my favorite levels in Crash 3 is
Do tell.
the motorcycle races. I
I
think there's
hate
like
those.
3 of them. I loved them.
I mean, they're very cool, especially when like you're a kid. But like, the older you get, the more obvious it becomes that like they were not play tested enough.
God. I don't like the Insanity trilogy because of how they changed the jet ski.
Yeah,
They changed the turn radius on the jet ski, and now it's extremely unwieldy.
yeah, I recall.
That being said, I would be down once the CEO of Activision Blizzard steps down. I'd be down to play Crash 3 on the Insane Trilogy on the channel.
Yeah, so they have this Zoni show up just to show you the way back to your ship. How clever is that?
Nice.
All right, and with that, we are an hour 52 minutes into our stream. I think we're good. And I got the Thrustmaster 5000. The Thrustmaster 500, I mean.
I am biting my tongue not to make a sex joke.
Silver. The second game is called Going Commando. And the third is called Up Your Arsenal.
I didn't know
The
that.
fourth is called Tools of Destruction. And one of the side games is called Size Matters.
Look! I didn't know that. I'm not a Ratchet and Clank.
I
never
knew you
played-
didn't know that, so that's fine. This game was originally going to be called ClockBlockers, and
Oh, that's
the
a much better name.
and
We should
the
name that as the title of the episode.
that is going to be the title. That's the title of my stream.
Oh, nice.
The 4-player co-op game was originally called Ratchet and Clank 4-play.
Well, it's better than Ratchet and Clank 4 Skin.
That was probably one of the other options.
4 Skin in the game.
Probably.
Wouldn't
Rift
put it past
Apart is an ass joke, and the best gun in the game is called Rip You a New One.
Nice. All right.
The series has been vulgar since the beginning.
I don't doubt it. All right. So, we calling it for the night?
Yeah, I'd say we are.
All right. Thank you everybody for watching. Check out some of the other stuff. We have our regular streaming schedule back up. I don't know. The day that we record Tabletop Thursdays is on the 4th of July, so we might not have that. I'm not sure. But keep an eye out just in case. Also on the channels, there's Dark Souls, which I am playing. I believe we are going to take on the Moonlit Butterfly and then the Gaping Dragon. Also, try to take out Havel.
The Gaping Dragon. Oh, and you say that Ratchet and Clank is too vulgar.
Hey, look. There's a much better boss to make a sex joke out of. And that is the Ceaseless Discharge.
Fair enough.
But yeah, there is also, as mentioned, we're gonna be playing Mario, or me and Biddy are gonna be playing Mario Galaxy on Friday. So catch that. Do you have a common challenge?
Yes. Um, do you have a cat? If yes, what is your cat's name?
We have 3 cats. One is a black cat named Shinx, one is a gray cat named Lucifer, and the other is a tabby named
I
Halle
have
Berry.
a single cat. He is a tiger stripe, and his name is Michelangelo.
Yep, like the turtle.
He's adopted. We
You don't
didn't we didn't
say.
we did not have him as a kitten.
Oh.
Oh, and this is the teaser trailer they published years ago
I see.
because they wanted to get clever about it.
The elders once said, time is a living, breathing thing. Powerful, beautiful, and oftentimes cruel. It can humble the strongest army, shape mountains to its
Oh,
will.
Didn't we watch
turn
it?
entire
Wasn't that the
worlds
intro
to
scene?
dust.
Nope.
But time itself is
That was the screen thing that was like loading up when I was
change it to suit their dark will.
I like the
when I was
cinematography on it.
yeah, it's very beautiful.
It reminds me of the intro cutscene for
Yeah, the reason I didn't want you to see this when I was originally setting up was because it does reveal Alistair Asimov.
Neat.
And just in case you're curious, he is on all the box art.
So it was no secret.
It was no secret.
I was probably one of the selling points of like, ooh, there's another Lombax.
Yep. Anyway.
Oh, and he's on the title screen, which I didn't notice.
Yep. you
But
wouldn't have
that's 'cause I'm
noticed
an
that.
idiot.
You wouldn't have noticed that because you didn't know what you're looking for.
Also, I wasn't really paying attention.
That's fair. All
Anyway,
right.
with that out of the way, there's no left to say, but good night, everybody.
Good night, every Lombax, and Clank, and Doctor, and Quark.